Today, we will discuss the Human Development Index, and the new version of the Human Development Index is Inequality-Adjusted Human Development Index. The Human Development Index is a summary measure of achievements in three key dimensions of human development that are a long and healthy life, access to knowledge, and a decent standard of living. The HDI basically is the geometric mean of normalized indexes for each of three dimensions. And the three dimensions, sorry, um, then minimum and maximum values, that is, are called goalposts, are set in order to transform the indicators expressed in different units into indexes between 0 and 1. Basically, to formulate the Human Development Index, we use three important indicators. A long and healthy life is one indicator, access to knowledge, that is education, is an indicator, and a decent standard of living. And from three indicators, we will compute dimension index for each indicators. So in to form the dimension index for each indicator, suppose dimension index of health is defined in terms of expected years of life expectancy at birth, sorry, and their actual value of a country and minus minimum value, that is the goalpost. Two goalposts is a maximum value and minimum value. So next, suppose this is a hypothetical, this is a goalposts value of three indicators. The minimum life expectancy at birth will be 20 and maximum is 85. Similarly, to construct the education dimension, we use two sub-indicators: the expected years of schooling, whose minimum value is 0. 0 means the illiterate, and 18. 18 means 18 years of schooling means one person achieve um, 18 years of schooling, that is one person achieve master degree. Okay, 13, 12, 15, or master degree. Or mean years of schooling is 0 to 15, that is 0 is illiterate and 15 is graduate. And standard of living is measured in terms of the per capita income, and the minimum per capita income in terms of, also it is measured in terms of dollar, estimated on the basis of 2017 PPP, means purchasing power parity, is $100 is minimum, and maximum goalpost is $75,000. So the formula is HDI, is written in SAS. Root over 3 is a dimension index, that is I suffix health is a dimension index of health. I education is the dimension index of education. I suffix income is the dimension index of income. Next, we have a example of Sudan. Sudan. We will try to understand that Sudan nation, whose life expectancy birth is 65.3 years, expected years of schooling is 7.9, is a very low educational attainment in Sudan, and mean years of schooling just 3.8. And per capita income is also very low, that is $3,829 per capita income, based on the 2017 purchasing power parity. So now we shall first formulate the health dimension index. So health dimension index, how to calculate? Already we discussed the health dimension index minimum and maximum value is 20 and 85. So the dimension index formula, we have already discussed that this is the dimension index formula, actual value minus minimum value divided by maximum value minus minimum value. So maximum value is here is the actual value is 65.3 minus 20 is the minimum value divided by 85 is the maximum value and minus 20 equal to the value is 0.6971 and which is less than 1. Similarly, expected years of schooling is equal to 7.9 minus 0 and 18 point minus 0. 17.9 is actual value and 0 is minimum goalpost, minimum value, and 18 is maximum value. From we get 0.4380. This is expected years of schooling. Now the mean years of schooling, similarly, the actual value is 3.8 minus 0 and divided by 15 minus 0 is equal to 0.2531. Similar, so we how to construct the educational dimension index. So we will add the two value we get from expected years of schooling and mean years of schooling, so, and divided by 2, the average value of this index, and is equal to 0.3447. So similarly, we will construct the income dimension index. We are taking here log value of per capita income. So the actual per capita income of Sudan is actual per capita income of Sudan is $3,829 minus log value of $100. This is $100 is the minimum value set by the UNDP, United Nations Development Program Department, divided by log of $75,000 minus minimum value is log of $100 and value is 0.550. So from this above dimension index calculation, we get the health dimension index, education dimension index, and income dimension index. And from 3-dimension index, we have already stated the construction or the formula of human development index. So now we just write down here between we will write down into the dimension human development index, and we get 0.6971. This is the value of health index. 0.3447. This is the value of education in dimension index, and into 0.5506. This is the value of income dimension index, and root over 3. And then if we calculate this, we get the value is 0.510. So the HDI value of Sudan is 0.510. This means that Sudan is a country which is a developing nations, not a underdeveloped nations, because it is averagely it is half of 1. This is half of the value is half of 1, so the value is average. So then we can assess that the Sudan is a average developed country, or other or you can say it less developing country. Similarly, now this is the way to construct the Human Development Index. Then we will try to a new version of the Human Development Index, that is Inequality-Adjusted Human Development Index. And this is for necessary for the honors student, not general student. The only general student will study only the Human Development Index. The second part, that is the Inequality-Adjusted Human Development Index, basically for the honors graduate of the development economics or social sector. So the IHDI, this is called Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index, draws on the Atkinson family of inequality measures and sets the aversion parameter, that is epsilon, is equal to 1. That is, the inequality measure is A for Atkinson index is equal to 1 minus G for geometric mean, and mu for arithmetic mean of the distribution. Any distribution you can, distribution means there are three indicators we have assumed. The indicators is health indicators, education indicators, or income indicators. So X1 may be X may be any of these indicator. We will estimate A suffix X, that is the Atkinson index of all the indicators or all the dimensions. So the inequality, where x1 dot xn denotes the underlying distribution in the dimension of interest. Already I have said that there is a three dimensions we are interested to include here. The one is the health indicator dimension, educational dimension, and income dimension. A suffix x, that is ax, is obtained from is a variable or is variable. The geometric mean in equation does not allow, the geometric mean is the small g does not allow zero values. So the inequality adjusted or inequality adjusted dimension index are obtained from the IHDI, from the HDI dimension index, that is capital IX, by the multiplying them by the 1 minus Atkinson index. So defined by the equation is the I star X. X means three variable. And we will compute the I star of each variable. Three variables are health, education, and income. So 1 minus AX, that is the Atkinson index of X variable or any variable into I suffix X. So so by the multiplying them by 1 minus ax, where ax defined by equation of the above equation is the corresponding Atkinson inequality measurement. The inequality adjusted income index, that is the I star, I star income is based on the index of logged income. Here is the always we will take the log income to avoid the skewness of the income. Okay, only we takes income, a log of income, because we want to avoid the skewness of the income variable. So capital I income star, and inequality in income distribution computed using income levels, income in levels. This enables the IHDI to account for the full effect of inequality. So now the step 3, the IHDI formula is IHDI equal to root over 3. If you substitute the value of each index is inequality adjusted index, that is 1 minus AX into ix into this equation, that is I star health means 1 minus a health suffix a health dot I health. So similarly, we will get I star equation, we will get I star income. So if we substitute this into the IHDI equation, then we get 1 minus a health, 1 minus a suffix a equation, and 1 minus a suffix a income into HDI, because when we will take root over 3 of this equation into this. If we substitute of this equation of our each variable, so we get that that this will be different for each in inequality adjusted dimension, and HDI will be another part. HDI formula already we discussed. There will exist HDI equation. Anybody can calculate this. This is very simple, and then you will get the HDI. So that's why we have to multiply this by HDI, because HDI we know root over root 3 root 3 into I health, I education, and I income. So we can multiply HDI. So this is the formula of IHDI. Now, so the loss in HDI value due to inequality is loss minus loss equal to 1 minus root over 3, and this equation. This is the loss of HDI due to inequality. An unweighted average of inequalities in health, education, and income is denoted as the coefficient human inequality. And the coefficient in human of human inequality, it averages these inequalities using arithmetic mean. So a suffix health plus a suffix equation plus a income divided by 3. So we get the coefficient of human capital, human inequality. So when all inequalities in dimension are of a similar magnitude, the coefficient of human inequality and the loss in HDI value differ negligibly. So we can neglect this gap. When inequalities differ in magnitude, the loss in HDI value tends to be higher than the coefficient of human inequality. So this is the simple measurement of inequality adjusted human development index. Now we will try to understand how to calculate practically IHDI, that is inequality index. So here we have assumed a hypothetical example that such a nation, suppose the name of the nation is X, and the X nation's life expectancy at birth is 79.2. So the dimension index value, already we discussed what is the dimension index, and you will calculate the dimension index, and you will get the dimension index value is 0.9106, and you can understand the life expectancy at birth is very high of this hypothetical country. So expected years of schooling is also very high. Mean years of schooling is very average. So you can see that the dimension index of all the indicators such as life expectancy, education, income is very high. Here you can see that the per capita income in terms of dollar is 14,936, and which is much higher for this hypothetical nation. So you can see the dimension index is this. So inequality measure, Atkinson inequality measure, the value of Atkinson inequality measure of life expectancy. How to measure the inequality measure? You have to understand that how to calculate this inequality measure, that a to the power alpha, where alpha already we defined that it will be equal to 1, and the value of inequality Atkinson measurement for the life expectancy at birth will be 0.087. Mean years of schooling is 0.55, and the equation index is also 0.55. And the gross national income, the inequality index value, measured value, Atkinson index value is 0.336. So inequality adjusted index, how to calculate it, we have to already define that the 1 minus Atkinson index multiplied by the dimension index of that variable. For the case of life expectancy at birth, the inequality measurement Atkinson index value where epsilon equal to 1, that is the inequality aversion parameter is equal to 1, then it will be 1 minus 0.087, and into it this will be multiplied by the dimension index. So the value of dimension index is 0.9106. So your inequality adjusted index is 0.8314. So similarly, you will get the inequality adjusted educational index value is 1 minus 0.055 into 0.7823, and the value is equal to 0.7393. And similarly, we can get the gross national per capita national income, GROG. So you will get its value, inequality adjusted value is 0.5021. So you can see the loss is very high because there is a inequality existing in this nation, that there is a gap, income gap, education gap, life expectancy gap between poor and rich family. So human development index, how to calculate human development index? You will calculate the human development index as per rules previously we have already calculated. Just root over 3 into the dimension index value of life expectancy is 0.9106 into the dimension index value of educational index, that is 0.7823, and the dimension index value of per capita income is 0.7562. And when we will calculate the geometric mean, we will get that 0.814 is the human development index value of this hypothetical country. So this country states that this is very developed country because its value is approximately tends to 1. So it is very near value of 1. So this hypothetical nation is a developed nation because when the HDI value will tends to tends to 1, then the nation will be developed nation. So now we will calculate the inequality adjusted human development index, and how to calculate this. So we just take root 3 and inequality adjusted index is 0.8314, 0.7393, and 0.5021. We will multiply this and we will get the 0.676 is the inequality adjusted human development index, and the value is lower than the human development index. So there is a gap, and we can say that there is a inequality existing in this hypothetical economy or hypothetical country. So actual value after deducting the after adjusting the inequality through the Atkinson inequality index, we get the actual human development index value of this hypothetical country is 0.676. So this is the loss. How to we can percentage the loss due to inequality. So how to calculate the percentage loss of due to inequality? So you should have 1 minus the value of the inequality adjusted human development index divided by actual human development index, and the value is 17. So due to adoption the inequality measurement, the Atkinson index, in our calculation, in our computation of HDI, we have to say the HDI value has been decreased 17%. So this is very much higher or larger for this hypothetical country. So there are larger inequality in this country. So this is so inequality should decrease, because in developed nations, everyone should access the resources equally. And the coefficient of human inequality, you can say that the 0.87, 0.33, and 15.9% population suffers from the inequality in this inequality measurement, coefficient of human inequality. So this is the basic idea of human development index, and how human development index, overestimated due to inequality existing in the economy. So one should refer the inequality adjusted human development index, because they can assess without inequality how our economy is progressing, or how economy is in strength. So I think that human development inequality adjusted human development index is very necessary and is very effective to understand the human development progress or human development index. Thank you for watching this video.